Well, we've had a couple of cold snaps. The first one was right before Christmas, and the second one was just recently. And of course, we have a lot of young grafted mango trees. So sometimes the cold will trigger a plant to bloom, but in the case of these young mango trees, I've actually not seen pure bloom, but mixed bloom. And mixed bloom is when the panicle shoots out and there's flowers and leaves. So let me show you what that looks like. So here is a 7-gallon tree, and you see there's leaves and flowers on the same panicle. Here's a 3-gallon tree, and we have these two shoots coming off of the grafted, the scion that I grafted onto this particular rootstock. But the second flush is not leaves and it's not flowers, it's the mixed bloom again. Then we have this one. This is at a little earlier stage, but you can tell that these are flowers here that are forming. So this is very young, but it's pushing out a lot of mixed bloom. So you have a few different stages, but that's what it looks like in these different stages. This one, actually, I'm seeing this looks like it's going to be mixed bloom also. That's very young. And then it's, its little partner here, the other branch, looks like that's also mixed bloom. So, you might be wondering what you should do in this situation. And basically, this stem, the panicle stem, will support the leaves for a long time. After the flowers are actually gone, the leaves will still be on that panicle. But unfortunately, this will never be real wood. It's always wimpy and it doesn't support new foliar growth. So the best thing to do in this situation is to cut the entire panicle off, because this plant, it actually is using a lot of energy to put out this new growth, the flowers and the leaves, and basically it's not going to help the plant at all. I don't want this tree to produce fruit, because it won't grow if you do that, if you let it produce fruit at this size. And I don't really want it to waste even more energy making these flowers, even bigger and growing whatever. So what I do at this stage is just cut off the entire panicle. So just have a couple of little flowers that are really on the base there. I'll make sure to get that. So this basically takes this branch of the tree back to healthy growth that can support new foliar growth. And since it's a 7-gallon tree, I would like it to be a lot bigger than this, before I put it up for sale. So this is, in my opinion, the best thing to do with the mixed bloom. Wherever it comes out, when it's really fresh like this, you can just knock it off with your, just bend it off, and it comes off very cleanly. But yeah, it's much better. This is emerging mixed bloom too. This particular plant was just going crazy, but we aren't expecting really a significant cold in the near foreseeable future. So the next type of growth in this situation should be leaves, and so that would be lovely. Right now I'm just looking at this tree, and this is very thick here, and I want to sort of determine where the new branches will form. So I'm going to cut back slightly below this top, where there's just a lot of former buds and stuff there, and so I'll just cut above this leaf there. And I think that will make better branching. I've got this situation here, same thing. We have healthy growth down below, and since this is very sort of thin, I'll use my pruners to get these mixed blooms off instead of breaking them off. I don't want to disturb the base plant. So that's that, and then this type of bloom is just very easy to knock off, at this stage, mixed bloom again, but yeah, just knock it off and knock this other one off too. So anyway, now all the energy that the plant is going to produce hopefully will be going to growing bigger instead of growing mixed bloom. I've been grafting a lot of mango trees since the end of mango season, really. And at this time of year, when you graft, you actually do risk having the new growth that comes out of the scion being mixed bloom. And in that case, I would remove the flowers on the panicles of the mixed bloom and let at least the leaves support the tree a little bit, and hopefully like for instance, this scion has a lot of buds at the top, but also has buds down here lower. And so hopefully if it did produce mixed bloom, that would emerge out of the top buds, which is normally where the buds that actually grow are. But then once I take off the flowers and let the leaves support the tree a little bit, after that it should be producing new growth out of these other areas that have buds. When I don't remove the mixed bloom, it's so that the graft is going to stay alive, hopefully, and then eventually produce regular growth. So there's a few situations for mixed bloom. As I say, the mixed bloom really doesn't do any good on young mango trees. On bigger mango trees, of course, like if you only have mixed bloom, it's better than no bloom at all. You let the tree produce some fruit, and then after the fruit is off, cut off the mixed bloom. But mixed bloom just happens when you don't get a really significant cold snap, when it's sort of a marginal cold snap and the plant starts to produce leaves and then produces some flowers. So anyway, it's not a deal killer. Your plant will survive, but if your plants are young, whether they're in the ground or in pots, I take off the mixed bloom. If your plant is bigger and you want fruit, you leave on the mixed bloom until the fruit is done, and then you cut it off.